YouTube friends, what is going on? We are back with a brand new video. Today we're talking about something that hopefully will be fairly short for you guys to understand, but it was essentially why I made a return to YouTube. And over the past few years, I started to notice that there were less and less actual, filmmakers or even people who were working in this space of film video production. So we had a lot of people that, again, not trying to point the finger at anybody, but the content I was seeing just wasn't resonating with what I was doing, right? People who are actually on set working, cinematographers, freelance filmmakers, and if there were, they weren't either making content or there was such a small percentage of them that the algorithm really wasn't putting out their content, But that being said, over the last 2 years in my absence of YouTube, I've noticed that there have been a lot more people, right, working professionals, cinematographers, filmmakers who are actually proliferating through the YouTube space and creating really, really good content. And because of that, it re-inspired me to start making content again, right? Content that could benefit you, content that would make me a better content creator, and also sharpen my skills and be able to share all my experiences, my knowledge on set through commercials, through narrative work, through projects that hopefully you will be able to shoot in your career, and things that will help you out from lighting to camera to cinematography and all the above. And now that we are in a brand new year, 2024, perhaps you've been wondering if you should start a YouTube channel or a podcast, or maybe start posting more on social media. I made a podcast episode fairly recent about your social media presence in 2024. If you want to listen to that, I'll leave a link in the description as always to my podcast. You can check it out. But specifically when creating content, like visual content, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, I think we are in an age where it would benefit you, especially as a business owner, as an owner-operator, freelance filmmaker, to have a social media presence and to start, whether it be a YouTube channel or Instagram, something where you can start sharing your experiences, sharing your knowledge. Now, more specifically, people who are actually interested in, filmmaking and starting a career in production, video production, film production. For myself, I've been doing YouTube for, roughly 7 years, minus those 2 years that I took off. But it did teach me a lot. It allowed me to connect with new people. It allowed me to experience different types of feedback. Now, obviously, it is YouTube. So many times you still have people who don't even work in the field who, just want to share comments with whatever experience that they have, But if you were in a situation where you feel like now it's time for you to start making content, maybe you were a teacher in the past, or you just like sharing your knowledge and you have a lot of it to share, why not share it? Because at the end of the day, someone can find your YouTube video, someone can find your post or your reel, and they may benefit from it. Maybe it was that one post that you made or that one video that you made that inspired someone to start their adventure in filmmaking, in content creation, and maybe starting off as a videographer. Maybe they want to shoot weddings, they want to shoot events, or they're in film school and they're just graduating, or they're getting ready to graduate film school, and they really want to pursue narrative work, and they see a short film that you made, or they saw a feature film that you shot. So we're all here to be able to inspire others as best as possible. And I think along those lines is, if you have something to share, then now is the best time to share it. And you don't need too much to start. I'm pretty sure you have some kind of camera, right? Whether that's like an A7S III, an A7 III, a Canon camera, a Fuji camera, whatever it is, something that can shoot, 4K video, right? You have something like that. You have a lens. You probably have some lights. You have some audio equipment. Again, it doesn't have to be like the most expensive equipment, but something to just get you started. Find a place in your house, your apartment, wherever it is where you can capture and start making content consistently. For me, I used to be in that space where I was like, oh man, every video, it has to look a little different. I would change the angle, I would change the lighting, or whatever it is. If you looked at the last couple of videos that I've posted since coming back in 2023, it's pretty much just been this setup, which is essentially my podcast setup. It's nice, it's easy to replicate, it's consistent, right? So I'm pretty sure you've been on shoots where you've done studio shoots for like a week or 2 weeks and nothing's changed. You set up the lighting, you set up the set, the art direction, everything is set, so that way you can replicate that same thing over and over again every day to make it more consistent. So find some place in your apartment, your house, wherever it is. Maybe it's your garage, or a spare bedroom, something like that, where you can easily replicate the setup And when you can easily replicate the setup and get it set up fast, you can just start shooting. You know, for me, this setup, again, the only thing I have to change is like my microphone position, you know, and essentially right now, I normally use the daylight coming in through the windows, but it's a bit overcast. So again, I just have like a little tube light bouncing off the wall and some practicals in the back, you know, and then some ambient for the room tone. Boom, right? It takes me like 5, maybe 10 minutes at most. But most of the time, this thing's ready to shoot, you know. So if you are struggling in that regards, it's like, hey man, try to find something where you can easily set it up and just do it over and over and over again, and then make little tweaks along the way. If you're looking for some new tracks, brand new year, right? And also things that you can use for your client work if you're still doing post-production editing, I'll have a link down below in the description for 70% off your first year from Audiio. All right, that is it for this video. If you liked it, please leave it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as always, just so you are notified of new content coming out. Again, I'll have a link in the description for my podcast, a weekly podcast, and I was being consistent with that, and it has been freaking awesome. And along with that, I wanted to stay consistent with my YouTube channel, so hopefully you can leave some comments and keep me inspired to making content that will be beneficial for you guys. Other than that, remember that every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.